Hello there. Here we are again. And today I did manage to get the Google Drive on my system here. So I thought we'd go through the crime scene photos of the home of Gypsy and Dee Dee. Um, I do have other stuff that we will be able to go through, but today I just thought we'd go through the pictures because not everyone has seen these pictures, and let's see what we can see in them. So you're going to hear more from me today. How exciting is that for you guys? So, obviously in this picture, you can see the outside of the home. Just want to bring this down here so I can see the chat as well. Bear with me a minute. Multiple. Yeah. Let me just do that again. So you can see the outside of the home, you can see the neighbour's home, you can see Dee Dee's car. Why is this not showing? Hey Elizabeth. Okay. Right, I'm running it on my phone so I can see the chat because when I'm on the Google Drive, I can't see the chat. Because obviously I'm flicking through the photos. So I'm hoping, can you see my little, yes, sort of, kind of. Okay. Whoa, what's going on there? Wait, I'm not zooming in. Okay, so this is the outside of the home. Now, interesting, isn't it? I didn't realise this before, till I was doing this on my TikTok. And throughout the home, you're going to see that they have that fleur-de-lis going throughout the home. And I find that interesting because in Gypsy and Ryan's home, you can see there's all the curtains with it on, and there's just stuff in their home. And I find it weird because obviously there was the incident that was happening with her mum, and she was around that design through her childhood. She had a traumatic, she alleges she has this traumatic childhood in her home. And yet she's bringing things into the home. Now, I know it's a big thing with the, the people from the area, but I don't see so much of it going on in hers and Ken's home, but it was in hers and Ryan still has it. And you can see it here on the front of the home, and that's the first place that we spotted it. But I just find it a bit of an odd situation to have that there, because not obviously not here, but for her to want that, but then she leaves that home anyway. Right, is this going to let me? So as you can see, when the police officers go round, they take photographs, so you can see the house number, and you can see on the outside here, hey Nick, you can see on the outside here that these windows are blacked out. And I've argued this before, and I'll argue it till the cows come home, and I've heard other people arguing this. This is because obviously inside the home, Gypsy is not using the wheelchair, and obviously to enable that to happen and Gypsy just to continue within the home as normal without other people seeing inside the home, those windows are blacked out, so people cannot see into the home. And you can see in the background there, you've got the old crime scene tape. You've got the wheelchair ramp. And then they just show you the other side of that. And again, you can see the window is blacked out. These are the mailboxes for the homes. So there you go, there's the Blanchards. You've got the crime scene tape, and then just in the grass here, you've got this tyre with those, I think they're flowers, if I can remember correctly. I think they are. And you've got the cube. I wish that wouldn't, my mouse's doing what it wants, not what I want it to do. And you've got the cube vehicle here that Dee Dee wasn't really driving around in because, oh God, that's better. figuring this out. My mouse is doing what it wants, not what I want it to do. Um, and so that remained part there because Dee Dee wasn't in it that often because Dee Dee was quite sick towards the end, as we know. So you just got a closer up of that vehicle, the bins. You can see around the grounds there. You can see where they've taped the crime scene off. Hey, Nikki. From obviously that part round to the back and to the other side of the property. And that little shed is a weird little shed, little playhouse area. Obviously, the neighbours got one as well. And then they put the vehicle close up with the registration plate. Hang on a minute, didn't they? I kind of feel like they went out of their way to cover the reg up there and then show it here. I wonder who's got that vehicle now, if that vehicle even exists still, and if they know. That would be weird, wouldn't it, if you suddenly learnt that the vehicle you were driving was Dee Dee's and Gypsy's car. And then we get another angle so you can see a different side. So again, here you've got the blacked out window. So we can't have old Jip Jip being seen walking around the house, can we? And then here there's sheds. I'm not sure entirely. Obviously, I'm not sure if if I don't think they're anything to do with the Blanchards because nobody has actually taken any photos in any of them. The only one they've photographed is inside this blue one here and not those ones. So I'm not sure who they belong to, but you think they probably would have had a little search around, wouldn't you? But so you can see clearly it's a well-kept area and it's very communal. And obviously you're going to want those windows blacked out, aren't you? Because let's face it, you're not going to want your daughter wandering around the house and being seen. So getting a bit closer to the home. It's really sad looking at these pictures, to be honest, when you know what's gone on in there. So it's just another angle of the house. Obviously, they take every angle and every picture that they can because you never know what you're going to get in those photographs or what you may or may not miss. There's the flag there as well. And then they show you going up the ramp there. So there's like a caravan there as well. Not sure who was living in there. Let me know your thoughts on the photographs as we go in through them. So the wheelchair ramp looks quite well used, doesn't it? And quite for the length of time that they were in there, it kind of got a little bit worn down, didn't it, for the time that they were there, that they lived there. But they did kind of run it down inside as well. And so this is another angle, so you can see the front of Dee Dee's car. Not sure what that sticker says. Then you've got the little ramp that goes up to the shed. Then you can see the bins there. Again, the blacked out window. And I think the blacked out window is quite important. Now, is this the window that the neighbour had tried to climb through? That's what I wonder. Hi, Karen. Did he try and climb through that window? Because I think when we actually go in, I think the kitchen is to that side. And there is a thing there, isn't there, that is potential for them to climb over. There's also a door at the back there. And again, closer up, you can't see through that window, so you can't see what's going on in the home there. And then they take some close-ups of this little shed here. Close up of the door. Can't see anything untoward there. Can't see any blood or anything. The door obviously is closed. And then this is from the back. So again, you can see, obviously that window here, this blue bit, that bit isn't blacked out. So obviously Gypsy doesn't go in there. Although it looks like it's a place that Gypsy would go in to play. And then you've got the back of the house there. And I believe when we get closer to them, we'll see that they are blacked out. But there's nothing untoward around the outside either. And just getting close so you can see where that crime scene tape goes. It goes quite a way, doesn't it, from around the house. but I can't see anything untoward in these pictures. Again, this is just like a photo from further back. You can see the neighbours' homes. They actually had quite a really nice little home, didn't they? To be honest, it's quite a nice little home that they've got there. Sorry, like we have a child that's coughing and sneezing everywhere. It's always sick as that one. Again, further back, just at the angle, so you can see houses further down the street there. Um, they did a really good job on their home, and when I look at those three there, I kind of actually think their house looks the nicest. It's a shame about the blacked out windows, but it is, they do. So interestingly here, in this bit here, they've not blacked the windows out, but they've got some form of blind that is covering it up the top here, and it's not blacked out here, but you'll see why that window probably isn't an issue when we get inside the house. Can you zoom in? Again, you can see the reflection of the Snoopy flag there in that window. They like to take many pictures of the same things, but again, there's nothing untoward, not seeing any blood anywhere. Different angle of the ramp there. Now there's a gate there. Didn't notice that was a gate there before. I thought there was only one way up the ramp, and that was up this ramp. But there is a gate here. Then there's like little bird feeders. The fireworks are doing my dog's head in. Who else has got dogs and the fireworks are doing the dog's heads in? Now, as you get closer to this ramp, you can see here, this is what looks to be like oxygen tanks stored on the outside. Just in those gaps there, they're quite small little oxygen tanks. Then you've got the plant there and the plant water can thing, watering can. It's very, considering the inside of the home, I have to say the outside is organised and tidy. Now, if anything, I would have thought you'd have gone more untidy and not really that bothered about the outside, but more bothered about what is going on the inside of your house, because at the end of the day, you've got to live in there. But I guess maybe, like some local councils do, sometimes you have to have, like, the outside of your house has to be organised, the grass has to be kept up and tidy, otherwise you can get into a lot of trouble and even be thrown out of your house. But obviously, the inside, I kind of feel like you'd want to have some sort of organisation, but clearly not in this case. And that's just that side of the house again. You can see the grass wasn't that long ago cut. I'm assuming that they must have like a communal gardener that does the whole area. Blinds, and you can see the blinds broken down here in the right corner. Bunch of cables here that have just been twisted up. Bit of a closer up photograph of the broken blind. And that's just another angle of the house. You can see the sheriff's vehicle there and the sheriff there in the background. Let's see if we can. Doesn't want to do it now. Oh, God. So there you go. And then you can see the neighbours there. Look, being nosy. Nosy neighbours. Another side to the back there. So yeah, those windows, as I believe they are blacked out. Let me know how you're doing in the chat, guys. Chat with me. Chat. There's some sort of stickers on these windows here, look. And I think we'll see them when we actually go into the home. Chatting in the chat helps. That's the shed again. They like taking that photograph of that shed. That shed looks quite well kept, to be honest. They probably never used it. But there's nothing untoward there either. That's the lock that has no lock. It's just got the thing going across it. Um, you can see there would normally be a padlock in there, but there isn't one. They haven't got one. They obviously don't have anything valuable. Nick's got her eyes on me. She's always got her eyes on me. Put your eyes on me. Okay. And then that's just a picture of the, oh, that's a Mickey Mouse sticker, oh, window decoration thing there. They've got a cat thing in there. What else have they got in there? I don't think there's much to it really, is there? So there's nothing untoward on the car. In good conditions, probably could never have been used. I want to get to the, so there you go, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. And then here, there's a cat, and then some chain, must have a cross on it, I reckon, in the window. And I've never seen a car that square before. I took a closer up. Mickey Mouse, Mickey on board. I don't see Mickey on board. That window's quite blacked out, isn't it? Can't see inside the car from the outside very well. Just about see the top of the seat belt. Again, that's just outside. And then in the window there, it's got God Bless America. So there's like a sign on the door. There's a gnome hanging up here in like a hanging basket thing. I'm washing up. I'm washing up. Okay, well, let's start. And again, look, there's those things there. Bird feeders. Now, these are photograph. This is a photograph at night time, and you can see here there's a marker here because there is a cigarette end here. Now, a lot of people spoke about this cigarette end here because apparently Gypsy didn't smoke, Nick doesn't smoke, but I believe that Dee Dee must be a smoker because there is a packet of cigarettes on the table in there. I recall seeing it with a lighter nearby, so we'll have a look for that when we go through everything. Yeah, it's a Lego car. It's a Lego car. I've never seen one like it. It's the first time I've ever seen one, even when I've been into the US. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never seen a car like it. Just in case you didn't hear me, I've never seen a car like it. Now, these little orange things here are markers. Interesting that this marker is here, all the way over here. You've got them over here dotted around. There's a whole section on the markers on their own. You can see they're dotted around there. I'm not sure if that's not one there on the post, but I don't know why there would be one there. Obviously, the taxi came up, so the cigarette end could have been from the taxi driver. Square car, beep, beep. And the crime scene tape, as you can see, has gone right away across. They must have been fine. What could they have found of interest over here? Like, it's not like they disposed of anything. I know there was like tyre tracks and stuff. We've seen that one. Why have we got that one again? And that's the worst photograph that the police have taken. It's blurry. What the hell? Can't really make anything out from that. Other than I feel a bit drunk. Is it raining? No, it's not raining, is it? I feel it might be raining actually. Could be raining. I don't know, but my eyes hurt. And again, they've taken a photograph down on that walkway down the side there. That's got to be the window that Mr. Blanchard, oddly is called Blanchard, climbed through over the washing up and everything else that he was busy with. And again, that's a repeat. There's nothing towards on there. There's no blood stains. There's no evidence of I think they, there is nothing we can see there. It's very organised and tidy on that deck. Must have been raining, look. and that ruined the pictures, didn't it? They just take them a little bit closer. So they've opened that door a tad there, but there's nothing to see there. Or it gives me the EBGBs looking at these, knowing what was going on in there. That's a really weird angle today to show the photograph. So this is the door. God bless America. The little swingy doors that they have. Again, it's just showing them and a close-up of the door. And obviously we know she let Nick in. Looks like a Christmas decoration almost, doesn't it? I can't do with sideways photos. Again, there's no evidence of anyone having kicked the door in, any evidence to the door frame that's been damaged. Matches the story that Gypsy let them in. Again, just a close up. Now you can see the door has been multiple colours because there is a pink there, as well as the what looks to be blue. Now, this is where we get inside the home. This is the inside. And when I say, so if we're looking at this, right, we're looking at the door going in. So we know to this side, where I'm waving my thing about here, is the right side where that walkway goes round. There's that window, and then there's that back door there, and then there's that thing that you can use to climb to get through the window. Okay, so we know that that's there, and we know that someone tried to get in that window or claims to. But when we see what's at the window, by the window, we're going to question, did he actually climb through the window? Because there's no way, and there's no mess. There's been nothing knocked for him having said he climbed through the window. Now, if you look here on this shelving here, again, although I've noticed the fleur-de-lis thing, I think that's what they're called, in the house on other occasions when we've looked, I didn't notice that it was here on this little shelving. And to me, it's just weird that Gypsy moved in with Ryan and had all of these designs in there, but I don't see it. I don't see that design in hers and Ken, or well, basically, I guess when she's with Ken, and I don't see it over with Christy and her dad. But if you look now, you can see on this chair. Don't know who's been sitting on that chair, but no one's been sitting on that chair clearly because it's messy. And then you've got this is like, so it looks to me in this hallway here goes all the way down there that way and then that way into the kitchen, and then you've got like cupboards, and then I think the bathroom's down here on the right as well. So they've kind of utilized the space really, really well. It's kind of like a bit of a bungalow in it. So if you remember when Nick was being interviewed, do you remember the policewoman asking if he knew what this blue stuff was? That's the blue stuff that she would have been talking about. The floor is disgusting. There's stains everywhere. Now, bearing in mind, old Gypsy is you know, feeding tube based. We've got Pepsi here. Gypsy's apparently allergic to sugar, according to what Dee Dee said. Dee Dee's a diabetic, and everything else that she's got going on. And then I'm not sure what these are because I can't quite see, but I think they're some sort of drink. Then there's more Pepsi here, and then there's Evian water here, the favourite, and then we've got crisp rice up here. So I'm not buying again that, you know, Gypsy was not snacking into all of that when the doors were shut, and the acting ill and disabled was over when the door shut. You've got the stuff here for the hand gel to obviously, make it look like they used that. I bet they never used that once in their lifetime while they were in that place. I bet you they never did. And you can see in this picture, right? You can see clearly here that, there's no wheelchair going around in there. None. There's none. There's no room. So we call bullshit on the wheelchair going round and round. And then we've got what looks to be maybe they're donation buckets because there's a few of them in purple. There's a whole bunch of shite on this table. There's a bag. And then let's go to this window. So this window, Mr. Blanchard, who is not related to the Blanchards, allegedly climbed through this window without knocking any one of those items down. There doesn't seem to have been anything knocked here, anything having fallen from this pile of stuff here. So I question, did he climb through that window? Don't look open to me, because if it was open as well, assuming when the police come in, they do their business, don't they? They come round and they leave everything as is. So if that window had been opened, they would have left it open. And if he'd have climbed in, I don't think he's climbed in and shut the windows and locked them back down and put everything back. That I question that. That's a questionable situation going on there, because there's nothing out of place at that window. And he definitely said the kitchen window, and I can't see it. And then you've got all this crap here. Um, can we see the Dr. Pepper in this one? No. We know Gyps loves her Dr. Pepper. Then in another corner of this room, you can see that they've got all these fleur-de-lis things going around the room now. Again, you'd have thought Gypsy would have had nightmares about those, wouldn't you, with all the trauma she endured, especially when she was chained up to the bed, because these are everywhere. You've got one on the fireplace. You've got them on these candle holders. What is that, guys? What is that? Is that a safe, do you think? Is that a safe? Is that a safe? Let me know what your thoughts are. Then there's all these bags. Wheelchair 1. There's another wheelchair there. It's got... What do you reckon it is? Do we think it's a safe? I'm not sure what that is. Could be. It's like a hatch or something. I don't know. With that. That looks like some sort of instructions or something, isn't it? Some sort of cage. Bags. And this is the kitchen. Oh, look, I didn't notice these before. Look. So for someone who was having, no food, wasn't eating food at all, we've got Fruit Loops. So we've got Rice Krispies and we've got Fruit Loops. Or maybe it's an electric box or something, maybe. Like everything's just thrown on the floor, isn't it? The Starbucks cups, so obviously they were regulars at the Starbucks. Not sure what that is. Another cup there, cling film. That cannot be from the talcum powder. And I'm not sure where these have come from, but I do not think. See, even here, like, if he'd have climbed through the window and stood in the sink to get in, this would have all been on the floor. Yeah, woohoo! This would have all been on the floor. Um, these would have been not in that neat pile. Things are just strewn everywhere, and I have to say, I think with all the amount of the size of that, looks like an air fryer style deep fat fryer type thing. With all these pots and pans, I don't think Dee Dee was cooking just for herself. So again, that tells me again that Gypsy was eating. And there's no wheelchair getting around that kitchen. None. What's that? What is it? Let me see. I thought that was like some sort. It's like an air freshener. They put an air freshener there. I thought it was like a plug-in, but it's not. Um, Loads of cups for someone that weren't, eating and drinking. All these things here, look. Not sure what they are, but they look like tins of something. That's obviously coffee. And then we've got Almanette, Pepsi. Gypsy's definitely been having some Pepsi there. I don't think that's Dee Dee. I do not think that's Dee Dee. If I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And then another angle in this room. Look, another one of these. Again, she'd be traumatised, but she put them in the house with Ryan. Be interesting to see when she's not on parole anymore, whether or not she puts all that round the house. Because clearly that's her. There's a not, there's a. It might be popular, but this is like beyond popular. This is everywhere in this property. It's not even just delicately in places. And so this is how often Gypsy used her electric wheelchair. It's been shoved in the corner behind this picture frame of Gypsy, and it's got buckets thrown on it. It's got all sorts of crap thrown on it. And then on this table, we've got stuff here. There's crisps there. What else? We've got slider, zipper. So they're like food bags. Not sure what that is. Given the state of the home, I don't actually think they cared about the smell. So I wonder if that isn't something that Gypsy was using to try and mask the smell of what could happen. So this is a good sized box of what looks like to be crisps, which tells me they were both eating them, which tells me that Dee Dee had no issues with Gypsy eating. And again, this is just another angle of the room. There's that blue stuff, more blue stuff. There's loads of blue stuff. Surprised she didn't buy luminol, to be honest. Commode by the orange box. And then they haven't got the light on in there, which is difficult to tell. Is that like I'm not sure what that is. That could be like a nightlight type thing. There's the chair that where did they actually sit inside this house? Where did they sit? It must have got this bad as Dee Dee was getting older and iller, and wasn't able to do stuff for herself. So you've got 1, 2 chairs there. The lobster picture, bloody Christmas tree in the corner. Those fleur-de-lis things here, doll's house. Now I know that they said that I think she put talcum powder everywhere, but I don't think all this is talcum powder. I think a lot of it is dust. Yeah, exactly, Shorty Pie. It's too bloody untidy for them to use the wheelchair. And the wheelchairs are full of crap. Even the chairs that they're supposed to bloody sit on when they're just chilling in their house has got stuff everywhere. And this is as found. Obviously, she was still playing with her doll's house at 23. Well, not playing with her doll's house at 23. It looked good, though, didn't it, I suppose, when people came in. The Christmas tree that never came down. It's terrible. Again, there's nothing related really here to the crime itself. It just gives us an indication of what the inside of the home was like and the fact that Gypsy was not using that wheelchair. I would imagine looking at this chair here that perhaps that was maybe the one that we saw in that video where Dee Dee was pushing Gypsy, like, not long before she died, but also perhaps that's the one that Dee Dee is also using as well, because I know she was wheelchair bound according to witnesses, allegedly. So we go back to the hallway. Now we don't see any blood splatter or anything immediately on the walls, but it's a long-ish corridor. Don't know why they keep doing that, putting that on the upside down and on the side. So that makes me wonder where those circular marks are on the carpet, whether or not there was any sort of stain in there and they've cleared it up and it's just stained the carpet, maybe. I don't know. But inside one of the cupboards, there's a door, some cleaning stuff. They had a load of cleaning stuff, they just didn't actually use the cleaning stuff. Toilet rolls, that kind of thing. It's on an angle. Bleach, Christmas paper. Yeah, it's all over the place. Hang on a minute, guys. Let me, it would have been downstairs, if not in the car. Sorry about that. There's pipe work in the background there. Mop. Lots of bottles. Surgical bottles? What that says. It's really hard to read upside down. I wonder whether or not there's too many splots there. I wonder if there wasn't some staining going on there. There's the cap. Loads of toilet roll. I don't know what this big white thing is. What do you reckon that is? Gypsy's giraffe. All these clothes. So loud. And now this is it. Do you remember when we were in the room, outside the room, and I said this room doesn't have a blacked out window? You can see the blind in the window. Well, in this room, everything and anything is shoved in this room, like everything. There is a drip stand pole thing there. Why is there a drip pole? The door's so loud. There is the Viking helmet. There is another Hoover that seems to have part missing. A bin. So again, this room was out of use. Obviously, no one was wheeling themselves around in there. There's a wheelchair just up here, as you can see. Stuff in just dumped in here. Sorry guys, that's just like moving around quite a bit, isn't it? Sewing machine. Wait, there's a spare one in one of my top drawers. Like I literally would have put it down the stairs because it was single and I had my hands full. Sorry about that, guys. There's a Harry Potter jigsaw there. Fucking door is so loud. What else? I'm not sure what that is. Can't quite see. Oh, it's like a binder. It's a binder. This is all dust. There's no way this is baby powder. I don't think they'd have gone that far. But it's just like, oh well, we'll just chuck everything in that room. So that's why that window didn't need to have a blackout window. Maybe it didn't need to have a window, the blacked out window, because they're not in there. So nobody needed to, she didn't need to conceal Gypsy. I think there's another wheelchair. How many bloody wheelchairs did this household have? I think there's another one here. There's wheels here. So there's one there. The pole. I'm not sure what that is. That might be for the air cylinders. A shelf. Toilet roll, some sort of bag suitcase thing. I think that is just one wheelchair. In there. Everything's just thrown in there. There's an item in here that's never been out of the box. Look. Pink hat there. Toilet roll. Just everything's just thrown in there, isn't it? It's just thrown in there. This is from another angle. That must have been from Gypsy's homeschooling, the French. Keyboard just thrown in there. Phillips, whatever that is. I think it's one of those fish tank things that don't have real fish in them. Then there's dolls there. And then it's got gifts written on the box there. Nothing again untoward, just highlighting the fact that that room's not in use. Gypsy's not in there. The window doesn't need to conceal the fact that Gypsy's just dancing around the house. Just another angle of the Harry Potter jigsaw, folders, stuff in that bin, Disney bags. This girl did not go without. We can say that as well, looking at these photographs. So that's the bathroom on the side. Now I can't see anything on the walls here. Everything's bloody upside down on the wonk. That's better. So there's another wheelchair in the bathroom. So maybe that's the one that they made out that she was using. They kept it in there. There's a big green thing down the side there. There's toilet roll, weighing scales, the toothbrush, the sink. This is the room that Gypsy was supposedly locked in this room by Nick. Now, if you can spot how Nick locked her in, shout in the chat because I can't see how Nick locked her in. Okay, at this current moment. So there's the lock for the door there, or the that you would lock from the inside. There doesn't appear to me to be a lock on the outside, and I'm still trying to picture how Nick got his arm round the door and locked her in. Just an observation. I'm not sure that's even possible, but I mean, who am I to even consider that? I think at one time Dee Dee must have been a little bit house proud. I think because look how she's decorated the bath with the net and everything. I mean, you know, um, I kind of feel that she probably was, but as she got older, that's not the case now. Interesting. We know that Gypsy was, you know, sorting herself out down below. Now, is this doesn't look like baby powder to me, but I could be wrong. I don't know why they'd want to put it in the bathroom. It doesn't look white either, but who am I to consider that that might not be baby bath, not baby bath, baby powder. But first of all, at one point, we know she was shaving her areas, and this is the razor in there. That's the razor that she was using to shave her areas away. Um, Now I'm not sure what that is down there. Must be out of there. Now, in one of the many statements that I heard, "Oh, Gypsy," to me that looks like dust on the wheelchair. It does not look like baby powder because it's just at an area where they wouldn't even be thinking to clean it, I guess. Um, but she says that she was cowering down by the toilet. If you'd like to tell me where she was cowering down by the side of the toilet, I'd like to know. Because there is a cat litter tray there full of shit. So I can't see how she was cowering down there. Or even in the bathroom, to be honest, the wheelchair in the way. If she'd have said I was in the bath cowering, I could have believed it because there's space in the bath. But in the actual bathroom, I'm not buying. I'm not buying it. Um, because she couldn't fit down there, and I know she was thin, and there ain't nowhere like no, Gypsy, no. You did not cower down by the toilet unless you were literally squatting over the litter tray. It's not big enough. It is not big enough. Now, I'm not seeing any blood splats anywhere. I'm not seeing. I think that's dust on the wheelchair because I can't see any on the bathroom side there of talcum powder. That's the razor packet. And then you've got there's a pen in the bathroom. Like, what the hell? I'm not sure what that's from. Maybe that's where Nick was trying to reach round the door to try and lock the bathroom door from the inside and he couldn't. Not that I'm buying that at all. And he broke it because he was trying to lock it with his arm in the doorway. Again, can't see Jip Jip squatting down there. Sorry, babes. Can't see it. And that's just the bath as was. Should a drink on the bath there. That'd be her Pepsi. That's just a different angle. All them little pairs of glasses, look, you see 1, 2, 3 pair of glasses there. Um, Things are just very dusty in that house. I think the talcum powder was mostly thrown away in or thrown around the bedroom where Dee Dee was. I don't think it was thrown much else anywhere. And then we have this room. Now, I don't see any blood on the wall, but I am aware that I have seen a picture of blood on the wall, but it was just a tiny splat. So that looks into that room. So this would be Gypsy's room. And wait. In Nick's interview, did he or did he not say that they threw everything off the bed, off Gypsy's bed? I'm pretty sure he did. That doesn't look like that happened. Maybe he started to throw everything off the bed. Maybe he was about to. He started to, and he's like, sod that, sod that. Where the hell did she, before she unalived her mother, where the hell was she sleeping? Where was she sleeping in Dee Dee's bed? She must have been sleeping in Dee Dee's bed. Must have been. But he's definitely not thrown anything off that bed because it's everywhere. There's shit everywhere. Piled it back on after. Maybe. Maybe. Where would it all go though? And would you bother? Would you bother if you were on the run? I don't know what they look like, some sort of medals up there. But yeah, he definitely did. I thought he did. It's funny when you go through things and then you watch something again and then you put something together and then it's like, ah. So as we saw, that window there is all blacked out. And on the outside you could see that there was some sort of stickers. Well, you can see they're flower stickers. So you can see Dee Dee has made Gypsy's room a nice room for a child. Obviously, it's not now because it's full of crap everywhere. It's messy. There's stuff everywhere, and I kind of feel she's just let it get like that. You know, she's bloody 23 years old. She was wandering around the house. She could have bloody well tidied a bit up after herself, but she clearly didn't. But you can see she's had nice pictures. She's had the toys that she's wanted. She's had a nice bed all decorated to make it look like a princess bed. That does not scream someone that is wanting to punish and not give her daughter everything that her daughter ever wanted to me. Jeez. I'm special. Yeah. See, I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. There's the TARDIS. They look like baby doll clothes for her dollies. She had a nice little cradle thinglet for a doll. You know, there's a lot of kids that would have loved to have had that bedroom. I mean, it's not for me, but for other people, you know, she was, uh, you know, it says to me that Dee Dee got her what she wanted. I mean, Dee Dee didn't have to buy this stuff to make it look like she was a baby child. Like, I imagine she probably quite enjoyed playing with some of it. She's got all her Star Wars there. That Star Wars thing looks like it's still got that plastic wrap around it. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, is that a Dobby from Harry Potter? Harry Potter? And this is just another angle of Gypsy's room. Again, they've got these things on the wall, but I doubt in a million years that she ever used them. Let me just take these off my ears for a bit. I know it's all working fine. Can't really see anything there. Don't know if Dee Dee is still in the bed there. Um, she's got all stuffed toys up the top here. Wardrobe full of stuff. Um, princess curtains. And I can imagine, and I can pretty much picture that when they were wandering around Disney and everything, Gypsy would see a doll like that and be like, "Can I have that?" And Dee Dee would be like, "Yeah, of course you can." I don't think she was all these dresses she's got in there. I don't think this girl was deprived of anything in her life. Again, all these clothes. Now that's Dee Dee's room. And that is, I think, before the police came because they took all the bedding and everything. There's some more of the blue stuff. Now, in Dee Dee's room, you can see, I'm not sure why there is this white sheet there, but it is there. There's all sorts of stuff just thrown here in the corner. The TV has got potentially baby powder, um, dust, not 100% sure. But again, there's these tiny little curtains. I think this must be at the back of the property, this window, because it's a tiny window. And again, you can see all around the bed. And again, in this corner, there's all this white stuff. Some of Dee Dee's clothing. All of Dee Dee's clothing just obviously kind of shoved in there in that wardrobe. And then you've got, not sure what that is on the top there. How? Like a dodgy shower cap up there. I don't think it is. And then you've got the thing here again, the fleur-de-lis thing. There's Gypsy and her mother there in that picture. It's 1 a.m. according to that alarm clock. Can't see anything again here untoward. Just stuff everywhere in this bedroom. The Disney dresses, yeah. Oh, there's a safe, obviously opened. Now this has got to be the baby powder, like because they put the baby powder everywhere to try and mask the smell. Whoever painted those walls did a really bad job. I'm not gonna lie. The drawers aren't shut properly. There's something on there with the Hunger Games. Not sure what that is. Little trinket box. And if there was blood on the wall here, it would probably be quite hard to spot because it's red. And then we are in the hallway again, just different angles of the doors. Don't like these side angles. So here's the little shed. Again, no lock, no blood, no nothing, just the lock. Obviously, it's been painted and decorated quite a bit because the paint's all over the decking. And that's basically the inside of the shed. I'm surprised Gypsy didn't come out and say Dee Dee had her locked in there. The creepy shed. She's got a little princess crown, Huggies baby wipes, and there's some DIY stuff. Darth Vader mask. I'm not sure what that tall thing is. It revealed itself to be a light fitting. But again, nothing untowards in here. Or one of Gypsy's hats. that we've seen her wear. Probably had Smecks in there at some point. I'm not sure what that is. BL? Is that Wally? Oh, we go back in the house, so that's the laundry area. In that little cupboard there, or in one of those little cupboards. So there's like the smudge thing. There's the multi-purpose thing. There's some bits hanging up there. Again, nothing untowards, just an area that they've had to photograph because it is within the crime scene. And then there's coat hangers. There's the Harry Potter bits. There's just stuff. So that's quite tidy in there, considering. I mean, it's full. It's rammed, but the coat hangers are all there, and the boxes are stacked properly, not just been shoved and thrown. I'm not sure what smudge is. Smudge or smiggle? Snuggle. 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 Back into Dee Dee's room. A lot of damage to the walls, I guess, from the wheelchairs from when they were manoeuvring them round. The light switch, nothing untowards on the light switch. Laptop. And then you can see here on the sheet you have got blood. It's a good question, Donna. It's a good question. We could see in the photos that there wasn't anything in the shed. Obviously everything is photographed as is. So you've got on here, you've got blood splatter down here, on the sheets here. And then there's that laptop down there. Is that a tea strainer? Hang on. Why is there a bloody tea strainer? Some sort of tea strainer net thing there. They look like they belong to some cans. That's the laptop on the side. There's been a lot of damage to that bed. Maybe it's the cat. You can see there's blood on this laptop here. There's 18 messages on the phone. I'm guessing that's from when that they tried to contact Dee Dee after that Facebook message. It is just a message. It just proves what we like, that they weren't. She wasn't using the wheelchair in the home, was she? Hang on, guys. In and out, in and out. Now, here is the medicine. It says Gyp. Ouch. What does that say, Gyp? Gyp. Gyp. Gyp duck. Not sure what that. It says Gyp anyway. But Gyp what is the question? Ouch. And then why has it got on here? Shaky honey. Weird. Sorry, the dog's barking, guys. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but that's obviously medicine. But that's not Gypsy's medicine, that's Dee Dee's medicine. So again, I'm wondering if that's the talc. Again, we are back outside the property. Can't really see much in these photographs. I'm gonna, you know, does she work? Banging into walls, it really does. I'd be skipping all of. I couldn't live like that myself. Um, you can't really see very well. That's just the outside on the road. This is before the markers go down. Tyre tracks on the grass. Whose tyre tracks are they on the grass? It's obviously been raining. This is where it turns out that they're the police tyre tracks. So they've zoomed in. Those little white things in the grass make it look like snow, doesn't it? Or icy. Torch. Very focused on that tyre track. So whose tyre track is it? Was it the taxi driver's tyre track? Or was it someone else's tyre track? It's flooded a bit there. It's flooded a little bit there. Obviously, it looks like somebody parks on that grass there with their tyres quite big because it's dead grass. Very focused on those tyre tracks. And yet, I wonder how far they went to look into whose tyre tracks that they belong to. They've measured them, I guess, as a comparison. Bit of a closer look. It's definitely not the Cube car. And they've measured the length. Kind of looked like whoever it is spun a little bit. Back to the laptop. So Dee Dee is not in the bed anymore. They've cleared the bed. And you can see blood staining on the sheets. Again, the laptop. We've seen that angle. That's the blood splatter. Bit of a closer up of the blood. Just in case, you know. That's the back. You can see blood on the items there. That's just all the laptop information. IME codes, etc. Not IME, but model codes, etc. Warranty codes. And then when they've opened it up, you can see it's a very basic Android type of laptop. Yeah, I agreed on it. I don't think it was caused by them, but it's obviously not. I don't think it's not the car because the tyres don't match. It could have been the taxi. It could have been. It could have been. Well, who else could it have been? But it is a poor investigation, that is for sure. And then, where the hell is that? There's like a vent there. That's on the floor. So, yeah, you've got the floor and then, like, a mat and the vent there. Did they lift that vent up and look to see if the weapon was in there? Did they eck? And that just shows you, um, just some of the informations, some of the stuff. Photos of Dee Dee with Disney princesses. Dusty keyboard slash talcum powder. Swabs from the laptop keyboard mouse area. Why do I feel like, or maybe they've got blood staining on that from moving D. Back to the lounge again. The thermometer and the temperature is set at 70. They've obviously started to go through some of the images on the laptop. I mean, Gypsy looks really distraught there. She looks distraught, like she's having a really miserable time. And if you notice in that picture, it's actually Dee Dee, Gypsy, who has her grip around her mother's hand on her shoulder there. And Dee Dee is not holding Gypsy's hand very tight there. There's no clenching going on. The only clenching going on is where she's holding her hand up. Oh, I keep need. Obviously, there's the Skype, Netflix. Not sure what's going on there. That's got to be the white. Some of that's got to be powder. Some of that powder, some of that dust. Combination of the two. Well, it kind of looks like the cat's or something's trampled on it. When you look at it closer up. Yeah, they've done everything that they've needed to do, but they've just gone, no, we've got him. He did it. We don't really need to, break our necks here, guys. The safe being open. They look like some sort of Disney collector pass lanyard things there. Just more information on the device that they're using. That's the network connection details. And all of those. I think. The laptop charger. What are these? I'm beginning to. Are they parts of the equipment that never got used? To the CPAP machine, maybe? Doesn't look used to me. Maybe there's a bit of condensation in there. So they took the power cord away. Bank information, driver's license. Back to the bedroom. This is after they've cleared Dee Dee from the room. Photographs of her precious Gypsy. I haven't seen his jokes there, Witch Hunter. Again, the sheets with the blood stains on them. Just everything rammed into that wardrobe. As we saw earlier. Not sure what that must be, like some big coat up there in that bag. Is that medicines in there? That could be medicines in there. Down here. Fans. Obviously it gets hot there. And just clothing, just shit thrown everywhere, isn't it? Their precious Jip Jip. Sad, isn't it? See, now, what was here? Something was here and has been taken. Everything just strewn. I do think Dee Dee at some point in her lifetime did have a little, probably a bit of house proudness in her, because you can tell in the way things have been done, you know. But I kind of feel as she probably got older, wasn't able to do as much. Gypsy wasn't helping. We know Gypsy's lazy because we've seen it with our own eyes. Um, Obviously, at this point, it is now the daytime coming up. I'm not sure what that stainage is there on the floor. To be honest, I don't think that pair would have cleaned it up, if I'm honest. See again what was here on the shelf, because something must have been there. Because whenever they were dusting the old talcum powders around, something must have been there obstructing it. The diabetic body. So, you know, Dee Dee's reading up about a diabetes and what perhaps she can do in, you know, for the long run for the diabetes. Yeah, she's still living like that at her dad's. Oh, Pepsi cup. Oh, look, the Barney. Now, we had a whole conversation. Well, there was a whole conversation about Barney, wasn't there? Nick does not recall the Barney doll, and he would have recalled the Barney doll. And there's the Barney doll. What the hell is the Barney doll doing there? Why is it in Dee Dee's room? Who put the Barney doll there? Because, in my opinion, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, discussion, and information, personally, in my opinion, for all of those reasons, I think she put the Barney there. Well, he was waiting for her in the taxi. I think there's more that she saw than she actually is letting us believe. The medicines are on there, the phone with the millions of messages, the fans. That's Dee Dee's purse. Weird ass light there. Some sort of turtle. Dossett box. And they ain't gypsies. They're in Dee Dee's room. It's interesting, isn't it, that the floor has got the white stuff on it, but there's patches everywhere that look wet. That's some weird, I don't know what that is. CD player, DVD player, more blue stuff. Yeah. Now, is this an area that perhaps was red that's been cleared up, but it hasn't quite come off? Just a question. That blanket's got writing on it. Look, guys. What does it say? Something LOV. Made with love. Something gypsy. Made with love. Something gypsy and something. So that's interesting because that blanket was covering her mum. But I can't quite make it out. But that was on her mum. Another blanket just thrown on the floor. That it? Okay. I will show you quickly. Uh, the police evidence markers. They're not massively interesting, but it just gives you an indication of what they're what they're putting there and what they're, what they're marking for. Before we end, I think she's covered her mum. Yeah, I think so too, Karen. I think there's more of this than she's like telling us, isn't it? So there's that cigarette end there on the driveway, and they have put a police marker there. I'm sure they probably collected that for DNA. They start off with an orange bit of tape thing, and then they put a marker 1. And then they get in close. So this is where Gypsy was a secret smoker. I mean, it could have been one of the neighbours, couldn't it, while they were looking for Dee? Terrible habit. Again, the markers all across the garden. Markers in the grass. I'm not really sure what they've marked there. Possible footprints, some disturbance in the grass, but it's really hard to see. Oh, whatever that is. It's that contact lens. Bubble wrap. I don't know what that is, but it's piqued their interest. Looks like reminds me of when Mrs. AD's bloody contacts are all over the place, but I have to keep clearing them up. And then they put the marker there, the yellow marker. That was a very fingertip search, find that, because that's really hard to see. Okay. And then they've measured it. What is that? That just looks like some bit of plastic. It was a light of something. There's some item, but they've marked it up anyway. And then they put the marker there. So it shows you the kind of things that they're looking for, even if at this point they have no value to the, obviously there's a battery for that said light, but even if there's no value to what they're seeing, that later on they can't be sure of that. So if they find it, they mark it. And that's just a bit of a closer uppery one. Then they put a flag there for the next thing. There's something blue there. I wonder if that's part of a rubber glove somewhere. And then they put the marker there. And that's really kind of how the markers work. And I doubt any of these things out here had any impact, maybe the cigarette end, but that would probably be about it. And then it just shows you how big the item is. There's something down there. Is that a sock? Hairband? Hairband, maybe? Some item of clothing. Marked, the yellow marker. Chewing gum. Look. No, that can't be chewing gum. It must be it must be some sort of sweet. At first I thought it was paint. They've marked it up. Or some sort of, no, whatever it is, it's got glitter in it. But again, they've marked it and measured it and yellowed it. Bottle cap from water. There's all those oxygen cylinders. The Mickey Mouse on there. Obviously the blue stuff marked up. Marked up. Measured for size. The cap marked up. They're not interested in the stainage on the floor, clearly. The doors. Now they've marked up the laptop. There's blood splatter on there. I took a swab. Bloody fireworks. Should only be allowed on the 5th. Again, more swabs taken, measurements taken, mark it up. Marked up as number 12. Measured, swabbed. Obviously, they're starting to download the data off the laptop. Because there's a little dongle in there. Something down there has caught their eye and they've marked it. Must be the rug maybe, or some splatter on the rug. 10, 11, 12, 13. The bin. I want to know what this rag is, because it's just a rag. It makes me wonder whether or not they've used it to bloody apprehend D or something. Because it's weird. It's like some rags tied together. Barney, Barney. The greatest mum placard on the wall there. Barney, number 14, interesting. The Barney is interesting. And he's definitely come after us if they've been scattering the old talcum powder everywhere, because Barney is not covered. But he does have blood on him by the looks of it, look. Barney's got blood. Which is interesting because Nick said that he didn't see it. To me, that doesn't look like splatter. That looks like someone's picked that leg up. That doesn't look like splatter. That looks like it's come off when moving the Barney. Allegedly, informational discussions purposes. That looks like that could have been put there by the leg. But then there's no other blood anywhere that we can see on the front. But that doesn't mean to say there is not loads of on the back. I know. It's sad, isn't it, when you go around someone's house? You can kind of see where they've cleared up. There's stains, wet stains on the sheets. That is potentially, obviously, where bladder area emptied, because everything relaxes and bodies have accidents, unfortunately. And that's just the pillow and the sheets. Marked up as at number 15. Interesting that that sheet is clean. Now they're up the window. Not a drop. That's the bigger sheet. There was a lot of claret. What was in that bag? I'm not sure what's in there. I haven't seen that before. Wonder if that's an upright type thing. I don't know what that is. That's weird. Maybe that's for one of the air cylinders, maybe. Made with love. What is this? It's the weirdest thing. Because it is completely saturated. It doesn't add up. It doesn't match up. They've obviously removed it from the bed there. That's just where the blood's clotted. Ah. Those are the dryer sheet things to air the bed. So that was planned. Going back, that was planned. That was all planned. That was put under that they would must have been put under there without Dee Dee knowing because these were all under the sheets. So that's how planned these were. So Dee Dee at some point wasn't on the bed and they were put there. Some weird net thing again. Oral B. Not sure what they are. Bloody fireworks. Evidence marker on the bag of bits and pieces there. Socks, maybe? Knickers, cloths. I suppose just in case there's anything in them. Oh, blood. Jeez. Swabbed. Marked in at number 31. Oh, more blood splatter. It went quite away. There's the talc. And I bet Gypsy sprinkled that around. Swabbed. Can't see any more. Now, I looked at this door frame and I couldn't see any, but there is blood on the door frame. And it's been swabbed in at number 33. The cleaning bottle again, the blue stuff. There was loads of that blue stuff. Cup. Don't see any blood on there. Interesting. Pepsi. Gyps. That's obviously from under the bed. I reckon that's probably bodily fluid. Did they play those messages? Because there was like 18 on there to begin with. Nail clippers. Lipstick, lip, chat lip. Purse. It's weird, isn't it, where the blood splatter gets to? I don't know if that's a little bit there on that section. Nintendo 3DS. It might do, like, for the first 5 minutes. Swabbing. Potentially, is that a splot of blood there? That's the front door. Swabbing the light again. I don't know if that's just dirt on the top there or blood. Blue roll. Dread to think. Pipes. Wipes. Wonder why they've marked that. I wonder if it's either that or the drink. Ew, it looks like there's been something dusted on the top there. Irish Spring body wash. That's weird. Drink. Definitely Gyps. Another swab. Again, just markers outside that shows you they've marked up the bin, they've marked up the outside, they've marked up the porchway. There's skid marks. They've obviously marked out where the car was because they've obviously took the car, I think, by the looks of it there. Marker out the back there. Probably found something small on a fingertip search. And that's the whole drive. That must be where they've marked out how the cars come out off the drive. They've took the dog end. Oh my God. So it kind of just gives you an idea of what it is that they're marking up, the areas that they mark up, what they're looking for, even the smallest thing that might have no significance. You can always zoom in these if you want to. That's just another cleaning thing. There's a bin there. Didn't see the bin there before. Blood splatter that I didn't know what I looked for, but I don't think they show us that element of the wall. Bit of the inspectors, detectives in head. Cool. How is it out there, like blood splatter? I feel like he's come out and he shook his hand. Back in Dee's room. That's a lot of marking. So many wipes. Considering that they weren't very tidy. The wash machine. Gypsy's little backpack. Bleach. Not that that's what it seems that they've used. Oh look, there's Dee Dee's picture on the thing there. Commode. Promise ring from I don't know what that is. Promise ring from Nick. Armour forensics. Ah, that must have been what the bag was in the room with the cone things in. Look at all these evidence bags that. Can we spot the Dr. Pepper yet? No. The Hoover, not that she used it. My best friend. A receipt. Large entree. Bright serving tray. Some form to do with healthcare. Nail polish. Bubbles. Bubbles. Crackers. God, so loud. Promise ring. Not promise ring. Not sure what it is. Maybe it is a promise ring. Maybe it's Nick's. Blood splatter in the bathroom. Probably from when he came in to clear up. Not sure what that is. Blood. That's in the kitchen. Maybe he did it in the kitchen. I think he cut himself as well. That could just be hot chocolate, couldn't it? That was blood by the looks of it. Ew. Jesus. Yeah, he must. That must. Bleh. What's that? Zaka. Spring water. Some of the washing up. Rubbish. McDonald's. McDonald's. Empire Bank. The wheelchair. The glasses. Now, is that blood up there? Or is that just, don't we want to know? How many pairs of glasses did the girl need? Glove. Oh, that's got to be a really bad job to have to do. The bins. Blech. I can't do the bins. Mm, what that is? The wigs. Where's Ruby? Is that Ruby? Bus pass. Oh, bus pass. Box. I'm not sure what they're measuring up there. Oh, look, guys. It's the Scooby-Doo cereal. The Scooby-Doo cereal. Yep. Good Scooby-Doo cereal. I bet Gypsy enjoyed that every day. I'm not gonna lie. Dee Dee's ID. Kitchen drawer. There's a little bit of blood there, look, on that knife. Oh dear God. So over exaggerated with the coffin. So many markers in the drawer. Not sure what they're zooming in there. What little knife there, maybe. Although it's clean, but maybe they've took pictures of it anyway. Tin opener, potato peeler. So many markers in that drawer. Sorry guys, the dog's gone nuts at stomach. And obviously it's not the weapon because they posted that back to Walkershaw. I think my favourite judge should have took the case on, to be honest. Now they've stripped the bed. They've actually tidied it up. They've actually done a good job, haven't they? I don't know why they've put the blanket up the window. It's blacked out. No bugger can see in. That's her cupboard. Dee's, that is. I'm surprised with the ferocity in that there was not more splatter everywhere. Some of these marks aren't going to be blood. These fireworks are not doing my dogs any justice. Hey, Miss Charlene. So what's in there? Oh, they took the razor. They've took the razor for where she was clipping her bits down below. I mean, look, she's even put like a little pretend fence across the bathroom there with pretend flowers. Star Wars, that's probably worth quite a bit now, that. Oh, bloody hell, what have I done? It's just... I've gone back. I don't want to be on back down there. You get this far? Yeah, we've done all that. Oh. Me and the mouse, we've got issues. We did that. So many photos. So many. It's so loud. I need like my own special, even in my own room that I have, it's still so loud. Okay, I don't think we've done these ones. But I mean, to be honest, we're just going through them just to show you where these markers are and what they're marking up. Some of them, no relevance probably whatsoever, and some of them will have. You know, these are things that have just been dumped in that room, but they will have marked them up anyways. It's just the outside. They've obviously dusted that down for fingerprintage. Oh my god, child. I say that, he's like nearly 7, he's gonna be 17 next year. They've done that as well by the looks of it, because it was not clean anyway, but they took the glasses. They've obviously done some dusting in there as well. Bit of air freshener in there. Ugh. Oh dear Lord. So yeah, these are all the markers that they've obviously what they've highlighted, and that's all in the hallway. That's all the bed cleared away. They've obviously took the top layer of the mattress. I don't like spiders. Keep telling her stop showing me the damn spiders. I don't want them. Yeah. I've took a bit of carpet there. Obviously, there must be something on the carpet that they want. The police must have took the Scooby-Doo cereal with them, okay? Because the Scooby-Doo cereal has moved. But we've got the Fruit Loops. They've picked them up. So many evidence markers. Gross, isn't it? The medicine cabinet. Half of it isn't even open, look. All these not open. Cough. I think half the stuff was just in the cupboard untouched. Look at all these medicine cups untouched. And I'd love to know what proportion of these Dee Dee was taken for herself. The EpiPens, like clearly, then you'd have them a bit more ready, wouldn't you, if you were actually requiring to use them for the sugar allergy that she had, despite the fact that she was eating Scooby Doo, Fruit Loops, and Rice Krispies. Nick nicks. Yeah. So they stripped her bed off. I'm not sure what that is. It's probably just damage to the wall. Don't think it's anything to do with what's gone on in there. So you can see, obviously, any little speck, any little thing, they put the markers there, even if they, like I said, they're not sure what those markers mean. I've just made you a moderator, Charlene. What's going on there? On the roof, and then you can just get an overall view of what's going on. So yeah, these are what the crime scene markers look like. This is what they do with them. You can see quite a lot of effort goes in. They're looking for fingertip stuff, the smallest of things that they can find. They'll put it on there. But even on the grass, we saw what looked to be what reminds me of a what do you call it? Um, what do you call it? Thing that contact lenses, and they've pitched themselves up a nice little tent there. And there you go. But feel free to go through them all. And have a little look through. You can pause and go through everything. Sorry, guys. Okay. He's so dramatic with that cough. Typical male. You can just about hear everything through every wall and every floor. Games. But yeah, you can go through these pictures afterwards if you want to. They're on here now for you to access. They're random numbers. Oh, that doll's freaky. I feel like we've seen all these. They took the medicines out of there. So there you go. So that is the crime scene pictures that we went through when we looked at them. We've gone through the markers. Obviously, towards the end there, a lot of them were getting the same. But the point of just showing you the markers really was just to kind of show you all the types of things that they're going to be looking for when they're going through the house, whether it's relevant or not, because they don't know until they know that it's relevant or not. So I just wanted to share those with you. And I'm going to have us have a look at, we've got the case book here that we can go through, and we've also got the toxicology and autopsy for DD here, and the texts and things between Gypsy and Nick. Plus, we've also got the trial to go through. So I'm going to call it a day for today on this, but the stuff is there for you to go through. You can have a little look through, go through, leave comments in the comments section what you think of what you see in the images, what you think that they might mean. If you spot something that we've missed, I always spot something new every time I look at these pictures. So yeah, do comment in the comment section. Do make sure you've hit the thumbs up, that you have subscribed, of course, and you've hit the notification bell so that you'll get the notification of when I'm live over here on the YouTube streets. I will be on TikTok around 10 o'clock. We'll be going over there and doing some true crime there as well. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Let me just thingy that. You guys take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Bye, guys.